A contentious Trump administration proposal to give the U.S. $500 billion worth of profits from Ukraine's rare earth minerals as compensation for its wartime assistance to Kiev has been taken off the table, President Zelensky said Sunday, indicating a more equitable deal is in the works. According to Associated Press, Zelensky had earlier declined a U.S. draft agreement on exploitation of his country's valuable minerals such as lithium used in the aerospace, defense, and nuclear industries because it did not contain security guarantees and came with the $500 billion price tag. "We want a successful agreement, and if we will understand each other with partners, I hope that it will be, we will sign this first agreement, or memo on which base I will prepare other documents," Zelensky told a news conference at a forum of government officials in Kiev marking the 3-year anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian leader said considering aid as a debt to be repaid would be a Pandora's box. That would set a precedent requiring Kiev to reimburse all its backers. No further details were given on the state of negotiations. Ukraine has insisted on security guarantees that it needs to deter any potential Russian aggression in the future. Trump's special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, said on CNN's State of the Union that he expects a deal this week allowing the U.S. to play a greater role in exploiting Ukraine's mineral resources. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the administration's minerals plan was to create a U.S.-Ukraine partnership, calling it a win-win. Zelensky's chief of staff, Andriy Yermak, left the Kiev forum early along with Economic Minister Yulia Sviridenko for what Yermak said were talks with U.S. officials on a potential deal. Trump's engagement with Russian officials and his recent agreement to reopen diplomatic ties and economic cooperation with Moscow have marked a dramatic about-face in U.S. policy that has rattled leaders in Ukraine and across Europe.
First of all, so the visit of the president of French, Emmanuel, and the visit of Kyiv after Emmanuel this week. Yes, next week. Yeah, very important because they have to be at the table. To my mind, I mean Europe, and who will represent Europe? I can't tell you now exactly, but I think that one person will represent EU, and of course UK has to be at the table. And if we speak, for example, about security guarantees, I said to my partners, to my mind, we have to count on Turkish present. Why? Because it's very important. Who will be ready to give us real number of contingents? Real number of people, troops or ships, fleet, and etc. So we have, with all respect to everybody, I mean this, so that's why I think that we have to think about it. Yes, and also we have to think about Germany and etc. Also to think about it when we speak about our partners, because they've been the second country of the nations. Yeah, the big volume of the nations. 47, I think 47. Total help, total donation. I think Germany gave something like this, 44, 47 billion. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, so United States 100, 50% of the United States donation, Germany. So it's very big help. Can we push them out or somebody else? I'm not sure. So, I mean, with all respect to everybody, but we have to find the logistic steps, yeah, in this kind of table of negotiators. This is crucial for me. And of course, I mean, this a lot of guys are very deep, and Nordic, for example, and Alexander, so Finland are very deep, and of course Emmanuel, and of course Kiev. So So I think these people are very, very important, and all other guys are very, very important. The Dutch guys also important. They are ready now to support us. Now, yes, with some point of I don't want to go further into details of contingents during any kind of ceasefire or something like this. Yes, so that's why I said that it's urgent visits of France and of UK to United States, and I think that they will describe real situation to our strategic partners, and then they will come back, and I think we will have meeting with all the partners of Europe, and we'll decide our next steps.
President, it's been a long week in your relations with Washington. Do you think you can mend?
You've had a long week in relations with Washington. Do you think you can mend your relationship with President Trump? And secondly, have the American side spelt out to you what happens if you don't come to an agreement over this rare earth minerals deal in terms of what it means for US aid?
As I said, we want successful agreement, and if we will understand each other with partners, I hope that it will be. We will sign the first agreement or memo on which base I will prepare other documents. So I hope that it will not have influence on other steps of the United States, and they will not cancel or stop or freeze any support, especially military support, to Ukraine. It's crucial for us.
The President?
My relationship with President Trump? It never was in such best way.
Can you improve it? Can you mend it, you think?
No, I think we have, our countries, first of all, our countries have strategic relationship, and we are partners. And I think it's not in our rights, like presidents, to lose partnership between our countries. And that's why, for me, it's very important support of the president and support of Senate, Congress, of your two parties. But first of all, support of your people. And I count on it very much, and I'm thankful that we have it. Дякую.
Дякую, шановні колеги. Дякую, що
Все, до побачення.
до побачення. Прес-конференція добігла кінця.